Memoirs of Sheikh محمدعلی Mudirian, founder of the first modern-style school in Khurasan, Iran. All images and videos are fictional and unrelated to the people and places mentioned. Sheikh محمدعلی Mudirian, son of Mullah Ahmad, was born on the night of the 9th of Rabi al-Awwal in the year 1285 in the town of Sultaniya, Tarshish, now known as Kashmir in Khurasan, Iran. By the grace and wisdom of God Almighty, I have been blessed with the ability to recall and record the events of my life truthfully, without exaggeration or omission. One of the earliest memories of my childhood is from the devastating famine of 1869 to 1873, which left an indelible mark on my young mind. This famine, infamous for its severity, brought widespread suffering and scarcity. I was only 3 years old at the time, yet I vividly recall the hunger that gripped our family and community. One day, in a moment of desperation, I returned home and pleaded with my mother, "I want bread." Gently, she replied, "Wait, my child, I've prepared the dough, and the bread will soon be baked." But my hunger made patience impossible, and I cried insistently for bread. Seeing my distress, my mother handed a 10 Shahi coin to the servant and asked her to take me to buy some bread. The servant and I went to the bakery, but the famine had left the shelves bare. Unable to find bread anywhere, we eventually found some bread. When I began eating it, I quickly realized it was mixed with sawdust from a carpentry shop. Disappointed and still hungry, I shouted for real bread. My distraught mother, determined to comfort me, took some raw dough from the trough and placed it under the fire to bake as quickly as possible. Once it was ready, she cut away the burnt portions with a knife and handed me the rest. It was far from perfect, but it was enough to quiet my cries and soothe my hunger.
A few days later, I was walking down the street with my uncle. The air was heavy, and the streets were bustling with despair. Suddenly, I noticed a large crowd gathered around a sheep being slaughtered. It was a grim sight. Among the crowd, a group of women stood, holding bowls in their hands. They were collecting the blood of the sheep. Puzzled, I turned to my uncle and asked, "What are they doing with that blood?" He paused for a moment, then replied, "They're using it to make food." His words left me silent, a mixture of shock and sadness washing over me. It was a harsh time, and people's struggles were unimaginable. Hunger and hardship had stripped away so much, leaving only the will to survive. These memories are etched in my mind, a reminder of resilience in the face of great suffering.
Even as a child, I sensed the struggle and sacrifice behind every morsel of food during that terrible time. It was a lesson in resilience and compassion that would stay with me throughout my life.